First, you will start with a new PowerPoint and go to the Home tab. Then you will click View. Once you're on the View tab, you're going to click Slide Master. Slide Master is where the type of slides you put in your PowerPoint. They control the look of your presentation, and this is where we're going to make it so that the backgrounds can't be moved. So you'll see that you have the different types of slides in the Slide Master view. This is where we're going to edit some of our slides. You can edit the individual types of slides like title or the blank slide, but we're going to come back up and just insert a new Slide Master. It copies a new blank set. So you'll click on the first slide in that set, and then I usually like to delete all the extra text boxes so that they don't show up for students. Now you end up with a blank canvas to work on, or a blank slide, and you're ready to insert any pictures that you have saved that you would like to be on the background of your slide. You'll search. I already have a few saved. So this picture is a screenshot of a timeline that I have, and I just used the snipping tool to take a picture of this timeline I already had, and it has the title with the instructions already in it. I want it to be on the back of my slide. So in that set, you'll see that the timeline's on that first slide by the number 2, but then all the types beneath it, you'll look real close, you'll see that it's on the back of those also. I could have edited each one of those individually, but I find it easier to just do the entire set and then keep a blank set of slides up at the top right here. To get a new set of the Slide Masters, click on the first blank slide and then insert Slide Master, and you get another set. We're going to go ahead and take out the text boxes because we're getting ready to insert a new picture that we would like on the background. Now we're going to hit Insert and Picture, and we're going to go ahead and find another picture that we have saved. This picture is part of a scientific method worksheet that I found, and I just use the snipping tool to take part of it, and I resize it and place it where I want to put it on the screen, maybe make it a little bit bigger. This is going to be a drag and drop, so I know where I want to put it. The next thing I'm going to put is insert a text box, and I'm going to put the title of the slide or the instructions for what the students are going to do right there on the slide. So I resize the box, put the words in. I can go ahead and make the words bigger if I'd like. Now remember, none of this is going to be able to be moved on the slide because this is part of the master slide. So you can do whatever you want it to do, make it look the way you want. The kids will not be able to move this part. So we've been editing the main slide, but you'll look underneath and you'll see the different types of slides. They have that scientific method and the title beneath it. We're going to go back and click on the first slide and then hit New Slide and duplicate, and it'll give you a third set of Slide Masters, and we're going to remove those text boxes like we did before. The next picture that I'm going to find was a copy of a PDF. So we'll go ahead and insert that picture, and again I did the snipping tool on a PDF of a skeleton worksheet, and then I just pasted that and saved the picture and pasted it right into our slide and moved it to where I need it to be for the students to be able to work on it. Let's take a close look at what we've got. We've got our blank slide and all the types of slides underneath. We've got our skeleton slide and all of those types of slides with the skeleton background, the timeline and those slides, and then we have the scientific method with all of those slide types. Now we're going to click View, and we're going to hit normal. Now, where did all my slides go? You'll want to remember that these are slide masters. So hit new slide and you're going to see all of your blank slide types. If you scroll down, you're going to see the skeleton slide types. Continue scrolling down and you're going to see the timeline and then the scientific method slide types. So you'll choose which one. I usually like to choose blank because it looks exactly the way I already need it to look like. So we're going to do the timeline blank, and there is your slide. So now we're going to insert our next slide, and I'm going to hit new slide and scroll down. I want the scientific method one, so I'm going to scroll down. I see the scientific method slides, and I'm going to choose that blank one right here. And it already looks exactly the way I want. And I'm going to insert my last slide, which was the skeleton slide. I'm going to find that, and I'm going to use the blank, click that, and now I have 3 slides. So now I'm ready to start editing. I click on the first slide. I'm going to insert the title of my PowerPoint. I could have made this a slide master also because I don't really want the students editing the title, but we'll do it this way for right now. Drag and drop PowerPoint activities. Put it where you want. Again, could have made it a slide master. Now, go to the timeline of events, and you'll see I cannot move anything. Why? That is all on the background of the slide. It was part of the slide type that I inserted. Now, you can put some text boxes. I just went ahead and pasted some that I already have, but you can create, these are going to be the answers that the students drag into the correct spot on the timeline. I went ahead and put 5 because there's 5 spots. You can go ahead and type those individually. I had them already, so I just copied and pasted them. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at our scientific method slide. You'll see the title can't move, the picture can't move, and now I'm ready to put answers in there that the students can manipulate. These are actually, it's going to be a picture that I paste on there that I snipped off of the worksheet, and now I'm going to crop this picture. I'm just trying to show you some different ways you can put answers on there that the students can manipulate. So I'm going to crop by going to picture format and crop, and I want to isolate the word observations. So I crop that, move that out of the way. I'm going to paste the picture again, and I'm going to crop it for the next answer, picture format, crop, lead to questions, and I'm going to do this for all of the answers. So these answers that I'm cropping, these are just going to be the pictures that the students are going to drag and put in place after we have all of them set up. I'll show you how that works. So now that I have all my answer choices, the way that would work is the student would choose the correct answer and drag it into the place that next to the picture that it matches. So this is what it looks like for the student. Now we're going to look at that PDF of the fill in the blank for the skeleton, and I was going to show you how to use a shape as an answer. So I would just make a little rectangle, and you could change the color, right click and click edit text. I'll show you how to do that. We're going to make this one for the foot bone, so I'll type foot bone in there, and then the students would drag that. So then you make shapes for all of your answers, and you put them in a little bit of an order, and then what your students would do is drag them over to the appropriate spot on top of the picture, and that's just a shape. So we have text boxes they can drag, they have cropped pictures they can drag, and they have shapes they can drag. So now to put this into an assignment that the kids can edit, you go to your teams and click assignments, and then you're going to hit create assignment, and then you'll put your title and your instructions. Then you're going to add your resources, which is your PowerPoint. So mine was saved in my OneDrive, so I'm going to leave it on OneDrive, and I put it in my cheat sheets folder. So I find the document, click on it, and hit attach. It's going to load, and initially its default is students cannot edit it. I go over to the three dots, the ellipses, click that, and click that students can edit their own copy. And then I can go ahead and put points in. It's going to be 30 points a page, so I'm going to do 90 points. And then I'm only going to assign it to one of my students, so I click where it says all students, choose the one student, and then I hit assign. Now we're going to look at the student view. She goes to her class, and she goes to the general channel, and then clicks on assignments. She should now see the assignment in her assignment list. Click on it, and then click on the PowerPoint. Once she opens the PowerPoint, it will load and she'll see the title slide and the other three slides. When she clicks on the timeline of events, you'll see she cannot move the background, but she can drag the text boxes that we created into the appropriate spots on the timeline. So she'll go ahead and do that for her answers. Then we'll look at the scientific method slide, and you'll see that she sees the title, and then she sees the picture boxes that she can move that we had created, and she's going to drag those to the appropriate places, and then she'll move on to the next slide. And here she'll see the shapes that she can move into the appropriate spots on the PDF picture that we put on in the background. Then she's done, and then she hits close on the PowerPoint, but she's not done yet because she still has to click turn in to get credit. Back on the teacher side, you click on the assignment and you see that that student has turned in their work. And then you can click through the PowerPoint to see what they did. You see she answered it. You click the next slide. You see she answered those. You click on the last slide. You see she answered those. Then you can put in some appropriate feedback for that student and then put a grade in and then return. And then hit close.